Hey Snapchat, today I'm going to talk to you about sales in a startup, and importantly, I'm going to answer the question, what is the right level to approach a customer? The biggest question that many people face when they're trying to approach a new client is, should I go as high as I can in an organization, or should I build from bottom up? There's different schools of thought on this topic. I'm going to explain today why I think call high is the right approach. Let me start by at least explaining the argument of people who prefer to call low. Some people believe that the best way to enter an organization is to build support from a project team that actually implements your software. The philosophy is that if you can get ROI data and prove results and build support, you then have a case to bring it across the organization. Nobody likes to call it calling low because it sounds so pejorative, but ultimately that's what they're trying to achieve. Let me explain. The philosophy of people who call low is to keep your head below the parapet. So think of that as a castle. Your head goes above the parapet, you get shot. I use this personal metaphor to try and talk people out of calling low. But basically the mentality is build support before people can kill you. It's easier to get approvals at lower levels. It's easier to get budget at a lower level, but smaller budgets. And you feel like there's safety in getting below the parapet because then you get all sorts of usage that you feel confident you can sell to senior people in the organization. The benefit of calling low and taking it up the organization is, let's say you get a $20,000 project. Now you've got a case study, an ROI, and an internal champion. Then the idea is when you shop it up to a senior exec, you might get a $200,000 budget, or all the way to the top and get $1 million budget. My problem with it is once you get to that senior exec, you may find out they don't have budget, or worse, you may find out they don't support the initiative, or you may find out that they actually like one of your competitors. You know why? Because your competitor didn't bother fucking around in the bowels of the company. They came through the top and they crushed you. Your fear of getting executive support early and proving the case without inside champions allowed someone else to do it. So I always tell people to call high, but you have to call high very carefully. So I'm going to explain to you what to do and what not to do. The way to call high is the same way you would meet a partner at a VC fund. You need introductions to the most senior people you can meet. And when you call high, you have to talk about clear economic benefits. None of your features and function bullshit that nobody cares about. Economic. So the dirty little secret is when you call high, that is not likely to be the person who's going to engage in buying your product. If you call super high in an organization, your goal is simply to get passed down into the organization. So ultimately, you likely are going to get passed down. That's not a problem because you actually are going to get to the decision makers. Here's the thing. Number one benefit, they now know that the boss is watching, which holds them accountable. Number two, they know you're capable of executive relationships. They know that you're someone to treat seriously. They know that you have the right and the ability to inform their boss of status, which means they can't be a gatekeeper. But here's the most important advice I'm going to give you about getting passed down in an organization. You cannot lord over that person the fact that you came top down. There's a reason. Most people slightly resent the fact that you got passed down and that you went to their boss. But if you don't mention it, if you keep it subtle, if you don't copy their boss on everything, but you build an authentic relationship with them, they still know where the lead came from. Many people in organizations specifically fight against deals that are passed down to them. By becoming their friend and ally and not playing the card above them, you can win over their support. And if they actively don't follow up on the lead or actively work against you, then you have the card to play. But play that card directly, not involving them. The critical thing is make sure you're not playing at too high a level. You want to play at the decision maker level. So if you call high and you get a meeting, don't be afraid to ask that person, is this the kind of project that you would champion, or is there somebody within your organization that you think I should be speaking with? Calling high and getting passed down does not mean trying to sell at a level above where you should be selling. It simply means starting at the top and finding the buyer. Now, to bring this to conclusion, I want to point out one more thing that matters about not calling bottom up. If you get your crappy $20,000 project that you want to sell up and you meet resistance because you find out someone in the organization backed somebody else, that's time and attention that you should have been focused on another customer, even though it was $20,000, because the scarcest resource in a startup is your management bandwidth. In my next few Snapstorms, I'm going to cover some more sales tips for you for selling at a startup.